Hello there, IELTS students. Welcome to IELTS Podcast. You no longer have to worry, fret or panic about IELTS because we are here to guide you through this test jungle. Enjoy these IELTS tutorials, and if you need more help or want to access the famous online course, you can visit us at IELTSPodcast.com.
Hello, it's me, Rob. I've come again to talk to you about another topic that you can find online and also through this podcast, of course, on IELTSPodcast.com on the IELTS Topic Ideas ebook pages. There are 2 volumes of it, which Ben has put up on the website. And it's yours if all you've got to do, in fact, is do something which will motivate you even more to get that high grade that you're looking for in IELTS by signing up to the IELTS Essay Checker scheme. You know what that is? All you do, you sign up, get access to lots of great materials like these materials I'm going to talk about today on the IELTS Topic Ideas ebooks, as well as, of course, getting your essays checked. Send them in and you get instant 24, 48-hour replies containing not only just the grades that the experts think you're going to get through that essay, but also advice about things you're doing well, encouraging you to keep going in that sense, and also some ideas about where you can improve, areas where you can improve. I'm not involved with that because my part is to do some work on these things with you, and also, well, I've got my own things to do. I'm an old IELTS teacher, been teaching a long time, and still quite enjoy this idea of getting people set up properly for the exam. Today's topic, I think, is a very interesting one because it could affect all of us at some point or another, maybe lots of you sooner rather than later. It's all about traveling, but not traveling for pleasure necessarily, traveling to other countries for quite a long period of time, a significant period of time, to either find a job or to study. I guess that's the aim of many, many, many thousands of people who are actually at this moment preparing for IELTS. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this? I mean, obviously traveling to other countries for work or study, it's becoming more and more common, isn't it? Of course it is. And if we thought about... from one point of view, from our English grammar point of view, the particular grammar aspect we could emphasize here, we're talking about gerunds. That's a horrible word, isn't it? I mean, people say gerund, oh my God, that's a word with ing, and they get all confused between what we call in traditional grammar gerunds and participles. I mean, we're thinking about, is it working? I am working. Is that a gerund? No. That's part of a verb which ends in ing, but a gerund is a kind of a word we can use, for example, as the subject of a sentence. It's a kind of noun, if you like. For example, listen to these examples. There are 4 or 5 of them. Studying abroad can provide students with unique educational opportunities or experiences. Studying abroad. Now, studying is our subject. A second one, living in a foreign country can be challenging but rewarding. Working overseas can enhance one's career prospects. Adapting to a new culture can be difficult at first. Learning a new language is often a necessity when living abroad, obviously. So studying, living, working, adapting, learning. How about IELTS? Taking IELTS can be a very, very stressful experience for some students. For others, taking IELTS can be a very enjoyable experience, we hope. So notice how we can use the gerund then in English as a subject, as a noun, or of course, thanks to the fact that it is a noun, we can use it as the object of a verb. So it can go in 2 different positions in the sentence. Today we're thinking more of it as a word we put at the beginning of the sentence as the subject. Okay, obviously, regarding this kind of topic, well, there are different kinds of arguments in favor and against traveling abroad to study or to work. Obviously, in favor, the obvious ones. No, we get in touch with new cultures, we experience different things, different points of view, look at life from a different aspect. We improve our language skills. Don't forget, there's a wonderful word which means improve. A synonym of improve is enhance. So we can enhance our language skills. We become more independent. We learn how to live by ourselves, think for ourselves, sometimes under difficult circumstances. In the long run, of course, it creates for the vast majority of us better career opportunities, and may also give us a kind of new contacts, an expanded personal, new friends, and professional network. It also helps us, of course, with things like problem solving, adaptability. How do we adapt to new cultures, new societies, new ways of doing things? And if we're studying in another country, we may be able to study at some kind of prestigious institution or university, which may help us, of course, with our knowledge and also our skills that we can apply to work in later life. As well as, of course, as the fun of traveling, seeing new things, things we'd only seen on TV before or something. On the other hand, obviously, and I've seen that as a teacher over the years, some people suffer from what we do call culture shock, homesickness. They miss their family. Of course we do, but we have to live with that. As well as for all of us, at the beginning in particular, the language barrier, the problem of learning a new language, learning how to function and how things are done in that language. We may, of course, also, this is a very negative one, it may have a very negative effect on personal relationships, leaving someone that you love or care for behind in your own country and then traveling. It's not easy, I know. As well, of course, as adjusting to new circumstances, which may be, studying in a different way, different expectations, different things that you are expected to do in the classroom or pieces of work you're supposed to hand in to your professors at university, for example. Getting used to new conditions include weather, of course. People who come from nice hot countries or countries where the weather is always very pleasant, the sun always shines, when they go to a country where it's often cold, in the winter in particular, ooh, dear me, they suffer at least the first year. Some people love it. Not many, though. I don't myself. Okay, let's think about this. We can think of some of those expressions in terms of collocations, how words go together. Having that kind of knowledge of how words fit together is a very, very, very vital tool when we are thinking of IELTS in particular, and English, or any language, in fact, because that's what language often is, words that frequently go together, and we put them together with little pieces of glue that we call grammar, and that's what language sometimes is, in my opinion. So we have things like cultural exchange, language proficiency, international student, career advancement, global perspective, study abroad programs. There's a lot of vocabulary that we can check out. Get into the IELTS essay checker there on IELTSPodcast.com, and you can see this when you have free access to these materials. There's some good stuff here. Lots of different topics. This is just one topic. There are 2 ebooks. This is from book 2 on this particular topic, where we look at a topic from different points of view, look at possible questions, look at vocabulary and grammatical aspects. Thinking of those grammatical aspects, well, of course, we could think of some model sentences using our grammar point, which, remember, is using the gerund as a subject. Listen to these examples. Participating in a cultural exchange can broaden one's horizons. Yes, participating in cultural exchange, improving one's language proficiency is often a key benefit of living abroad. Securing a work permit can be a challenging aspect of working in a foreign country. Yes, that's true. Seeking overseas employment can be a way to advance one's career. Being an international student can be both exciting and daunting. Daunting means, it's a challenge. Being, the gerund from our verb be. Pursuing career advancement is a common reason for working abroad. Of course, that's what we're all up to, isn't it? We want to get on. We want to improve our knowledge. We want to help our careers or whatever. And one key to that through IELTS for many of us is moving abroad through getting a good grade in IELTS, the necessary band scores we need. Okay, so let's think of an essay on this topic. The question here is very long, but the idea is very simple, actually. It's obviously arguing for and against something. Listen to this. These days, more and more people are going to other countries for a significant period of time, either to find a job or study. There are clearly many benefits to doing this, but people who live abroad can also face some difficulties. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of living and working in a foreign country. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. It's a good one, of course, because naturally here we have maybe first-hand experience, we've done it ourselves, or have heard about these experiences from other people. How do we balance that personal touch with discussing something in a general way? I think we need to find a balance. Examples are important. Personal examples are important. Let's see how this is done in this particular case. Obviously, our essay follows a classic pattern. 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph introduces the idea of the topic and tells us, of course, in a slightly different way, using words looking for synonyms, rephrasing the question itself. And it does it like this. Traveling to other countries for a significant period of time, either to find a job or study, has become a common trend in the modern world. While this trend has its advantages, such as career advancement and cultural exchange, it also comes with its own set of challenges. Okay, face some difficulties? Yes. If we have difficulties, they are challenging, so we have to face challenges, or it comes with its own set of challenges. Notice also, of course, the use there of the collocations, career advancement, cultural exchange, as well as beginning the whole essay with a gerund, traveling, living, studying in another country, whatever it might be. The second paragraph gives us a lot of ideas of the positive aspects of doing this. Let's read the whole thing. It's quite good. Living and working in a foreign country can provide numerous benefits. Improving language proficiency is one of the most significant advantages, as it not only aids in communication, but also enhances one's cognitive abilities. Let me stop there because it's a great sentence, actually, because we've got 2 aspects. One, you're adding this example of improving language proficiency, saying it's a significant advantage. Why? 2 reasons. And notice the 2 reasons are in this part of the sentence where we have a not only, but also. Not only aids communication, but also enhances. A nice special word to mean improve. It enhances one's cognitive abilities. That means, of course, as we all know, if you can speak 2 languages, you are using your brain in a better way. You're able to think of two cultures, think of two ways of looking at things, if you like. Okay, then we have a third sentence here, which adds more information. If you're making a new point in a paragraph, put your full stop, begin a new sentence, and why not begin it, if you're adding a new point, with the word furthermore. Furthermore, gaining a global perspective and cross-cultural understanding can foster tolerance and empathy towards different cultures and ways of life. Exactly. A very good point indeed. Yes, we've got the gerund again, gaining a global perspective. We've got the collocations and cross-cultural understanding. It can promote or foster tolerance and empathy. In other words, we are all members of the great world society. We have different backgrounds, different cultures, different traditions. We eat different things, whatever. We listen to different types of music maybe, but we are all the same when you look at it from another point of view, of course. And finally, in this paragraph, participating in a study abroad program or seeking overseas employment can also lead to personal growth and independence. More examples of collocations, as well as the use of the gerund at the beginning, participating in. I won't read the third paragraph, it just goes into the negative aspects. I'm not feeling very negative today. But it does begin with however, actually, to show that there is a difference. And it goes on to talk about some of the problems we may face, like getting work permits, new cultures and language issues, which may make us feel a little bit isolated at the beginning. Cost of living, and that cost of living sentence begins not with furthermore, but with its very close friend, moreover. The cost of living can be high, so we may have financial issues. Okay, so the concluding paragraph looks at this from different aspects, but it says this. In conclusion, while living and working in a foreign country can offer numerous benefits, it is not without its challenges. That's true. It is crucial for individuals to weigh these pros and cons carefully before deciding to live abroad. With proper planning and a positive mindset, the challenges can be overcome and making the experience enriching and worthwhile. Lots of interesting examples there. Making, before deciding, before we mention the fact that we can introduce a sentence with a gerund, we can also use it because it's, if you like, a grammatical rule. After a preposition in English, we also use the gerund, or can use the gerund if we want some kind of verb form, before deciding. So, that's our essay. How could this get into our speaking test, but particularly in part 3? Well, quite easily, I guess. I mean, you often get this topic or related topics talking about, the idea of living in different countries or in different places. For example, how about this question? There are several here that you could have access to if you sign up to the IELTS checker and get hold of these free materials. I'll just read a couple for you now. Should governments encourage their citizens to work abroad? Well, that's interesting, wasn't it? Answer. In my opinion, governments should definitely encourage their citizens to work abroad, especially if the opportunities in their home country are limited. Working overseas can lead to career advancement and can also help individuals to develop a global perspective. However, it's also important for governments to create opportunities within the country so that people don't feel the need to leave in the first place. That is an extremely nice answer to a very, very difficult issue, I think, because, of course, we know it's a fact that in many, many countries of the world, people are looking for new opportunities, and if they can't find them in their own country, they want to go to another country to seek better conditions. That's just a normal human condition. And I don't want to talk politics, but it is obviously a very, very difficult issue, even to talk about. How about this one? How can people overcome the challenges of living in a foreign country? Answer. Overcoming the challenges of living in a foreign country requires patience, resilience, and a positive attitude. Learning the local language can help in easing communication barriers and integrating into the local community. Seeking support from fellow expats, joining local clubs or groups, making an effort to understand and respect the local culture can also help. Staying in touch with family and friends back home can provide emotional support. I'm getting tired because I've lost how many gerunds I've used there. Let me look again. Overcoming, learning, integrating, seeking support, making an effort, staying in touch. My goodness me, 5 or 6 excellent gerunds introducing ideas, one after the other. Check that one out. It's excellent. So, shall we do one more? How about, is traveling to other countries for a significant period of time, either to find a job or study, common in your country? Of course, this depends on your country, and it depends on your knowledge of this, but here's a possible answer. Yes, it's quite common in my country. Many young people aspire to study in foreign universities for higher education. Similarly, professionals often seek overseas employment for better career prospects and a higher standard of living. However, this trend is more prevalent among the urban and educated population. Okay, it's an answer, a good answer, I think. On the, in the ebook, you also have a little thing here for further reading. I mean, further reading is an interesting little thing. It says further reading, the problem with working in foreign language, BBC Work Life. BBC Work Life is online on bbc.co.uk. It's a very, very good site, actually, that BBC Work Life. It has lots of articles and sometimes, I think, audios about aspects of work, the problems with working in a foreign language. And also you can look at, from the United Nations, International Migration Report, as well as from BBC News, an article on the benefits of studying abroad. I mean, there are sites that you will know, or just get into it just by doing a search on your laptop, on your smartphone. Getting into vocabulary in that way is extremely important, I think, because it gives you the idea of well, okay, it's a big world out there. There's a lot of vocabulary I need to know, a lot of things I can do to improve. Getting help, getting the right kind of motivational tools to help through something like the IELTSPodcast.com website and its essay checker service, as well as these ebooks, the IELTS topic ideas, which are just 2 examples. There's a lot of other stuff on the website as well, old exams, different ways of writing different types of essays, advice on speaking tests, etc. Lots of stuff there. It's well worth getting into. I'll be back with you soon to talk about another topic, I hope, and in the meantime, I wish you all the best of luck. Keep studying.